Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Marie Celestin. I'm here today with Jordan, who's joining us as co-host, and then we have Nora and Hilken from GirlsRock Boston. So welcome to Girl TV.
Thanks you for having us.
It's great to have you on. I feel like we should have some instruments and some
like some rock music in the background.
Yeah, the studio with like all kind of fun stuff. So we've been excited to have you guys on to talk about everything you've been doing and let our viewers know what you've been up to.
Great.
Many may not heard about GirlsRock. I love the name. So I'm hoping some will get a sense of what it's about. So let's start by talking about the mission of GirlsRock.
So we are a nonprofit organization currently based in Jamaica Plain. We have summer programs for girls 8 to 16, and we use music education to build self-esteem and empower girls, and then women in our Ladies Rock camps. So during the week they learn an instrument, form a band, write an original song, and then perform live at a rock venue. We did it at TT the Bears the first year right down the street, and last year we did it at Brighton Music Hall. So the girls actually play a rock show by the end of the week.
Wow. Sound like a reality show. Like, come on over and then. But how many of the girls come with background where they already know how to play some kind of instrument?
Very few actually with the girls. Some have taken some lessons. A lot of the girls have taken violin in school, but they don't have a lot of rock education. And we do drums, bass, vocals, guitar, and keyboards.
Okay.
So.
What inspired you to create this organization?
So we actually met volunteering at the rock camp in Portland, Oregon, which is the original one.
Okay. Rock and roll camp for girls that started in 2000.
Okay, wow.
So we were both volunteering out there, and we met out there.
But are you originally from New England, or were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both from here.
We I created an anti-exercise class called Punk Rock Aerobics in 2000. So we were mission matched sort of with the rock and roll camp for girls. Okay. And they were like, you should come out here and do it. Because it was for the misfit, not feeling good about your body image or whatever. So it was a similarly mission match kind of thing. So I went out there and did that. And then I would do that in their morning assemblies. And then Nora was doing more administrative type of work. Okay. And we just sort of talked. And then, we're both from Boston.
Oh, nice.
And then decided to someday start one here. But we didn't really think we would. And
did you have other jobs since
we still do.
Non-music related?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I've played music my whole life as well, so. But, yeah, we were just going to do it as like a dream someday. I didn't think we'd actually ever really pull it off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it came sooner than you expected.
Yeah, definitely.
Kinda, yeah.
And really just the environment that the rock camps across the country and now across the world.
Yeah, there's one in Berlin and there's one in, we're part of an alliance.
That's good. And then you're officially now a nonprofit, though.
Yes,
in
absolutely.
Boston.
Yeah. So we started in 2010 here. So we're in our second year.
No, we didn't. 9, I thought.
2010.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, time flies.
I know. It feels like it's been 10 years we've been doing this,
time.
but it hasn't been that long, surprisingly.
You probably accomplished a lot, though, in a short period of time.
Yes. So we've had 3 sessions of our summer camp, and we're going into our second season of our Ladies Rock camps right now.
2012 coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we'll have 2 more sessions this summer of our girls camp.
Yeah, this camp sounds so much more fun than the usual
camp
you go to.
It's definitely a lot of fun. It's fun for us and for the volunteers as well as the kids too.
So all the camp, I don't know if I can call them counselors. Are there people who are into music, or how do you choose your counselors to be in the camp?
We have both elements. There's something called we have support crew, which you can volunteer and have absolutely no musical skills at all. You can help with our food crew, and we need roadies. We need a lot of things that go on. And every camp counselor gets a band. So sometimes you have a band coach, and that role is a woman who knows how to, she'll know what a snare drum is. She'll know how to set up a PA. She'll have a lot of musical skills. Whereas the band manager will be more about just your camp counselor role, just being there and providing support for the girls, helping them with their band names. They have to come up with band names. They have to come up with logos for their band. We have a silk screening workshop where they silk screen their band logos. So there's a bunch of stuff that goes into being a band, as we know as musicians. It's not just about rock and roll.
Oh my God! So it's not just performance. It's like you have to do all the behind the scenes.
One of the most important things is you're teaching girls to being an artist as a younger girl you don't learn so much about having team building and learning how to build with other girls. If you play sports, you do in school, you learn how to teamwork and have like buddies and learning to, root each other on. But when you're an artist, you're sort of an outsider and a misfit. So what's really great about our program is that you learn how to team build as an artist. Like bands are a lot about helping each other out, learning how to communicate in a way also as an artist, and it's rare to offer that to younger girls if you're not sort of like a sports oriented.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier, because Jordan plays a lot of sports, all kind of sports, so I don't know what, I'm sure there's a huge difference between being on a team and then being in a band, for example.
Well, there's not a big difference. That's what's awesome about our program, is that you learn how to team build and sort of root each other on and get through the week and then have that performance. And when you're an artist, it's rare. Like, I remember being a young girl and being an artist and feeling very lonely. Like, I would go in my room and write songs or play music, but no one did that with me. You don't start bands at 14. You listen to rock and roll and dream about it. So the fact that we can offer this sort of experience where they can team build is really important. And girls are rarely encouraged to not be competitive with one another. So having them at this young age and getting them at that point is really awesome. And a lot of the girls go back to school and they make more friends.
After the
And they're more confident, they're better at making friends, and then they come back and build the relationship. So that's really, when we say we're based in self-esteem almost more as music, that's what we mean. Because you do learn how to play that snare drum, or you might learn what an A chord is, but at the same time you're really learning all those skills.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's a good combination.
How do you recruit girls to join the program?
We've been really lucky thus far in using word of mouth as our biggest recruitment tool, I guess, and having girls that have, or parents that have heard of our program and having their girls come and then spreading the word. This year we're really looking to be at more school fairs, doing more stuff like this, reaching out to different communities, and really going after people rather than them just, we're so grateful for the word of the mouth communication and recruitment that way, but just we want it to be the whole greater Boston area and making sure that we're getting a diverse group of girls who have different, musical interests, different interests in general, all coming together in this space and growing. To the first summer we only had 40 girls, and last summer we had 2 sessions of 60.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, I think that they've just been sort of, word of mouth is the best thing, because they go back to school and they talk about it, and moms talk about how their daughters came back home with more confidence. It's like,
Yeah, and I use social media. I think that's how I first may have heard of it, like a link or something online or Facebook.
right.
well, plus Boston really needed this. It was weird that Boston didn't have it. Like Portland, Oregon had it, and Brooklyn had it, and like all these other awesome cities had that. So why didn't we have it?
Right. I think that's the thing with Boston. Like, we always assume certain things exist, partly because of the population we have. Like, we have like, young, college, and all kind of fun stuff going on. And then you see something happen, you're like, you serious? This wasn't here before?
That's what I mean.
Right.
And I think that's why it took off
as
well as it did, is I think that parents and women in the music community were like, oh yeah, I heard about this, or it's so great you guys are bringing it here. And in a way, that was great for us too, because we had the formula of Portland, Oregon, and since we had, volunteer there, we could just bring it here and sort of, a lot of the times we'll do that when we're working together programming. We'll be like, well, what did Portland do? Let's do that.
That's a good way.
And usually it's pretty successful answer.
Yeah. I think it's good so you don't have to reinvent too many. You can still be creative, but you have to reinvent.
Right, exactly. And the Alliance is an amazingly supportive community where you can always reach out and be like, we don't remember how to do this, or like, how do you guys work on this? Especially we're thinking about doing after school programming, and there are other camps that do have that now. So being able to just reach out and brainstorm with them and get
resources,
feedback.
Or what did you guys do in this scenario, and handbook sharing and tools and how to deal with kids. Because some of us who volunteer, they might know a lot about music, but they haven't worked with kids as much. Some volunteers have worked only with kids and never even knew what, a kick drum, pedal, whatever. They're totally confused. So it's great to bring all that information together and also share that with the Alliance.
Yeah. Can you remind us the age group again?
8 to 16.
8 to 16. Okay, just like we can still.
So how many sessions are you guys going to have this summer?
2012, I think it is.
Yeah, this summer
we're just having 2.
2.
Okay.
We're gonna stick with 2.
So would you still
now.
do 60-60 or?
Yeah.
So that number seemed to work.
Yeah.
Well, we can't fit anymore in the
Right.
building. We tried to squeeze it as it was.
Right.
So Yeah, we'd like to eventually be like Portland and have 3 or 4 sessions a summer, but we're just not there yet.
Okay, so that's good. Do you want to do a call out and see if
If you guys
can call you?
If any of our viewers have any questions, you guys are more than welcome to call and ask. Our number is 617-876-0055. So please call in if you guys have a question and want it answered.
Jordan has a number 1 fan who always calls, so she's expecting.
Hopefully, Barbara will call.
Yeah. And then other time it's like when we're heading up the air and then you get a phone call. So hopefully later. So let's check out your website a little bit, which I think everything is on there. It's very comprehensive. And so so people can see when they go on what they can find.
So right now we are promoting mostly our Ladies Rock Camp, which is for women 19 and older. It's the same thing as the Girls Rock Camp, but it's only in 3 days. So it's Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday they have their live performance at TT the Bears. We had such an overwhelming response for our session that our first session in February that we actually are now having people sign up for a second session, May 18th to 20th. So if you're interested in being a lady camper or a volunteer, there are still spaces open for that session. But we also have information about our summer programs, how to donate. We are always looking for gear, for meals for our summer camps and our summer sessions. Gear is a big one because we provide all instruments for the girls.
We provide the drum kits and the PAs for the rehearsal spaces, and we tell all of the parents when they sign up not to worry about it. They don't have to bring anything. That's great.
Because another big part of why a lot of girls and people in general cannot get this involved in music is because of the expense that lessons are expensive, equipment is expensive. So we make sure that no girl is ever turned away, especially for lack of musical equipment themselves. So
yeah, a lot of our girls, when they fill out the application, they say, why do you want to come to our camp or our program? And they say, because, my parents can't afford music lessons, or I'm learning how to play guitar off of YouTube. So it's great to be like, oh, well, we can do this.
Yeah, it's fun. Do you have some of the performances online or like?
We do have a DVD of the summer showcase.
Okay.
we didn't.
Available.
Oh, no, it's fine. No, those are fun.
There's a couple on YouTube. We're still working on our website, so it's getting better and better, but to have that kind of stuff. But if you search Girls Rock Camp on YouTube, you'll get to see a couple of the performances, definitely from session 1, 2010. So, and a lot of the Ladies Rock Camp performances are also up there.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you are interested in Ladies Rock Camp.
So that's the older
age
group.
The older age group.
Okay. And I know you had some great sponsors, local sponsors. You want to talk a little bit about those who've been very supportive from the beginning in the community?
Absolutely. City Feed and Supply in Jamaica Plain has been incredibly supportive of us. We need a lot of caffeine for the week of summer camp and for all the ladies at Ladies Rock Camp, and they've been really great. Also, Guitar Center has been, specifically Joni Shimoni, has been incredibly supportive of Girls Rock Camp from the start.
They've given us what we give the campers are swag bags at the beginning of it. So they'll get, they've given us drumsticks and guitar picks and earplugs, and they give gift cards. So when the campers show up, they all get a swag bag, what they have to use for the week, which is really cute. They've been really supportive.
That's great.
And they've also given us some extra discounts at their store to help fill in the holes. Because it is insane that we supply everything. So, when you're thinking, there was one summer where, we just kept, trying to get, we have drum kits in my kitchen coming in the door and just, calling people and, do you have a bass amp, just because it was really happening, and so the fact that they were there for us. So they were wonderful. Guitar Center.
Yeah. And we get all of our meals, before we've had all of our meals donated.
We had some great lunches given to us by Life Alive down the street. Peter Pitt.
Did you get them from Bella Luna? Or did you?
Yes.
The Galway House.
Absolutely. Galway House.
They did 2 lunches for us.
The Whole Foods Market in Medford.
10 Table, I think. I don't know what
10 Tables helped us out.
She gave us some stuff.
Who else? There's been a lot. We've had a great amount of support. Also, First Act.
First Act.
Which is based in downtown. They gave us a ton of equipment this year as well. But yeah, there's a sponsors page.
Oh
Yeah. Oh, Whole
Oh, yeah.
Foods, Medford.
Yeah, Whole
Diesel,
Foods, Medford,
Diesel Cafe, Daisy Rock Guitars.
Tom Tom Magazine. Yeah, the community has been incredibly supportive. Red Bones. Yeah, we eat well during the week. That's for sure.
We gotta ask the Video Underground for something.
Oh my god. Alright, so you have some pictures. So this is the session coming up. So if anyone is interested, so they can just go on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
get
So we just
information.
announced our summer 2012 dates,
Okay.
which registration won't start until April 1st.
But sign up fast because we fill up really fast.
quickly.
Yeah, we do first come, first serve. It's and we have financial aid for all girls who need it. We are raising money always to make sure that no girl will ever get turned away for lack of funds.
Camp is about. Ladies Rock Camp is basically a scholarship fund for girls. So if you come to Ladies Rock Camp, you know that your money is going towards a girl who can't go in the summer months.
Oh.
So it's partly like, oh, I've always wanted to play the drums, or oh, I always wanted to be in a band, but really the point is that you're helping sponsor a girl who can't go. And it's fun.
Yeah, and I know you also have some fundraisers. In the
We've
past.
done some ones. We've had some great artists and some old school Boston rock and rollers help us out. We couldn't do this without Billy Ruane, who is now passed on, but he was a really huge supporter, and through the Middle East as well. Bonnie, who owns TC's, has always supported us, and we've held benefits at her shows. She's given us so much support. She's wonderful.
Absolutely.
And Robin Lane and the Chartbusters, I don't remember her, but she played our benefit, and the Bristols, who were one of the first 80s rock and roll bands in Boston, gave us a drum kit. So we've had amazing support and really fun fundraisers.
Yeah, I know. So it was like double all fun stuff.
Fundraisers.
Yeah, and also, who do you consider right now? Like, one of the things we do for Girl TV is always talking about positive images or how much negative images that girls face. Which is why it's great body image is part of your mission and self-esteem. Is there someone out there, whether it's local or in the mainstream, that you would consider to be a role model when for your organization or for girls being part of the camp?
I think all the women that have paved the way are a great influence. Currently,
Local influences, are you saying?
Just whether they're local or mainstream or people they might see on TV, I don't know.
Oh, well, what we try to do, one of the things that I love about our organization is that it's a really inclusive space, so that one of the things we do is in our main rock room there's mirrors, because it's like a room where they hold dance classes, but we cover all of the mirrors with the huge posters of the greats, and it could be Lydia Lunch, or Patti Smith, or Beyonce, any kind of woman, all kinds of music and all kinds of genres, so they're exposed to that right away. And also about our camp is that our volunteers are the same way. Like our vocal instructor Kathy Cathotic, she's a rapper, and she's Caucasian, and she wears these amazing outfits, and she looks really great, and she did our band lunch. And then we have women that are just completely, way more subdued, so I think what's great is that you see all of these women, you're like a 9-year-old, and you come to our camp and you see every kind of woman here, and they're all instructing you in all different ways, and they look different in how they approach the music, their life, their lifestyles. It's really wonderful, I think, for these girls to see that. So in a way, you're realizing you can think differently about life. Mom and dad, or mom and dad, or whatever family you have. You sort of think that's how your life has to be, but you come to something like what we offer, and you can see you can be anything, and you can live your life in any way, and the possibilities are endless. And that, to me, is what's important for a girl who might be living, in a place where there's less opportunities for her. She might see something or meet someone, and they say that you can affect a child's life. I mean, they've said this about Big Sister and all those programs. That thing, like, you just believing in one kid for, the smallest amount can give them so much encouragement. So the fact that we can change their lives at all, it's so important. And you see it happen during the week. We've talked about how they come in sort of like, we do this thing called what I call the Stevie Circle, because I named it after this one volunteer in Portland. But you sit in a circle and you hit the floor and you say something you learned that day or did that day. And it could be like, I pet my cat. It could be that, simple and basic. Or it could be like, I learned a chord today. And the week starts out and they're so like small and they're so like, they barely talk. and they barely hit the floor. But by the end of the week, they're like slamming the floor. And
that's great.
And you can, when you see that transition happen and that transformation, you realize that you are really affecting these girls, and it's makes completely worth not having a vacation that summer. And you know, like, it makes it worth it because you're really affecting and changing the way she might think about her life.
Yeah.
That's all we want to do. You know, that's the goal.
Yeah, and as for, I mean, women musicians today, there are a lot of great local acts around, and also women in the, you know, bigger sphere of the music industry. I mean, Beyonce has, when she goes on tour, she has an all-female band, which is incredible. So it's every single person you see on stage is a woman, and that's great for girls who are not exposed to stuff like rock and roll or, you know, Bikini Kill or all these other bands have never thought of that, to see a huge pop icon and these women backing her and supporting her. So that's always great to see.
Right, so you have something like that where, you know, you express how you believe in that sort of, or a way she's living her life, but then you also have your band coach that week is playing the band lunch, and you get to see her and her band and her members, and we have at least 50% female bands only play our band lunches, so they get to see these women loading in their gear and playing, and, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great to be exposed to so many positive young women and women, but also see each other in a positive light.
Well, yeah, because they're so supportive. I mean, one of the things they get to see the women communicate and support each other, these volunteers, you know, these women that they're looking to.
Yeah, and I love that it's not competitive. Like, it's some sort of contest where somebody at the end will be like, oh, you're the best.
Yeah, a lot of people do ask us about, oh, so the final show is like a talent show, and you're like, no, it's not. It's everybody is standing in front of all the girls stand in front of the stage at the showcase and cheer each other on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an extremely supportive environment. It's not competitive.
Yeah, so at the end we have like a winner. I mean, our culture is competitive, and so there's always a grand winner for everything. But I think after working together for so long, it would be kind of weird to now be competitors.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah,
no, it's definitely not in any way a contest.
Yeah, and we have the dress rehearsal the day before we have the showcase, and we make them all watch each other. And, you know, we don't really let them, like, sit down or get, like, or they, like, start looking around or thinking about themselves, and we're like, stand up and watch your friends and clap.
It's like throughout the whole show.
Right.
So what did the girls say to you toward the end after the camp? Like,
I think it's in some ways, while the girls are getting great experience, they may not recognize what the experience they're receiving until afterwards. We get a lot of feedback from the parents.
Yeah.
I mean, in the older girls, yes, you know, 12 through 16 are more vocal about their experience, and I can't believe I did that this week. I feel so great about myself. For the younger girls, you get emails 3 weeks later from the parents saying, my daughter has been, you know, on top of the mountain since she got there. She's been singing all over the house. She's been more active, more
she
creative.
Wants to take lessons. She wants to play. That's, yeah. But we do have 2 activities that we do with them, which was we have the shout out wall. Yeah. Where we have quiet time where they can write, like, we encourage them not to write about themselves or their band. Like, I'm awesome. So we have them write about their friend or their instructor or someone else's band, and they put it on the shout out wall. And then on the last day, we have what we call Behind Your Back in a Good Way, and we tape on the back piece of paper, and then they walk around and write, you rock, or you sing great, and then they get to take that home with them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really actually.
So is
really
it anonymous?
touching.
You don't get to know who, but it's all positive.
No, you can.
You can write.
If you want to sign your name.
Yeah.
But honestly, by the end of Behind Your Back in a Good Way, they're like trying to find room on the paper, and every girl has the total.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really cute. They really support each other.
But I mean, it really is too. We're not doing this so that they become musicians. If they never pick up a guitar or a drumstick again,
we don't care.
We don't care, as long as they walk away feeling that they can accomplish anything, because doing that in a week is insane if you really think about it. And if you've never touched an instrument and you are trying to accomplish this whole thing, being able to step off the stage at Brighton Music Hall and in 1 week you've just learned to play and played a rock show in front of a sold out crowd, that's, I mean,
scared.
There's, yeah, but them having the confidence to do that.
No, they realized that they could do it. The fact that they did it is really what we're trying to teach them. And honestly, when we were looking for spaces initially in Boston, we ran into quite a bit of discouragement. Where, like, you think you're going to teach a girl how to do a drum roll? And be like, okay, we're going to go because you're not. you're not going to support us. See you later.
Well, it's done now, so
Yeah.
Yes, we're here.
yeah.
We're staying.
So we almost out of time. Jordan, I'm gonna give you the final word.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for watching today. See you next Monday.
Yeah, so hopefully we get some more phone calls after, and
Great.
we'll spread the word about 2012, the camp, which is coming so soon.
Yes,
few
it
months.
is. Yes.
So
Oof.
we want people to sign up, and
Faster than you
then
think.
April 1st.